Assata Shakur, Life After the Escape. This is the part of Assata Shakur's story most people never hear. What happened after she vanished from a New Jersey prison in 1979. Because after her escape, America launched one of the largest federal manhunts in modern history. Every airport, every checkpoint, every border crossing carried her photo. But Assata Shakur, Tupac's godmother, had already slipped into the shadows. For years, she lived underground, constantly moving, never staying in the same house for more than a night. Friends later said she lived with a bag always packed, ready to disappear again in seconds. She couldn't work. She couldn't use her real name. She couldn't trust strangers. Even opening a window felt risky. But in 1984, everything changed. Cuba granted her political asylum, and for the first time since her escape, Assata could breathe again. In Havana, she lived quietly. No fame, no spotlight, just a woman trying to rebuild a life while knowing she was still on America's most wanted list. She worked as a teacher, learned Spanish, and spoke about struggles, but rarely about her past. Locals described her as calm, private, and always looking over her shoulder. Back in the U.S., her case only grew more famous. Tupac, her godson, mentioned her in interviews. Documentaries debated whether she was a symbol of resistance or a fugitive avoiding justice. Then came 2013. The FBI placed her on the most wanted terrorist list, the first woman ever to be added. A $2 million reward was posted. Her face returned to every news channel. But Assata stayed silent. No interviews, no public appearances. Only rare photographs proved she was still alive. Today, she remains in Cuba, protected, controversial, and still wanted in the United States. Some call her a freedom fighter. Others call her a fugitive. But one thing is certain, Assata Shakur's escape wasn't the end of her story. It was the beginning of a life lived in the tension between safety and pursuit.